Finally close enough to have a run.
It's 2/10 out of the exit onto the main straight. It's 1/10. He's going to get the move.
Alongside.
He's got the move, but can he hold it? He's around the outside. J-Rocket with some really nice defensive driving. They're still side by side.
Ow.
There you go. I love control where manages to get through. It's pretty clean. We're going to get one. Piero around the outside of Oreo. There's a bit of a lockup. He manages to get the spot. Sorry to divert for a second, but I got to tell you, this storm that's coming down smells beautiful, as confirmed.
Oh, you're getting that rain smell?
That rain smell it's so good. As confirmed gets the job done on the corner before getting the DRS. That's perfect move there from confirmed. I wouldn't say it's been massively action-packed, but there's certainly been a lot to watch.
It's been a little bit more going on than the tier 1, the tier 2 race, sorry.
Not too many. Yes, it's just a little bit
there have been
cleaner.
a few.
There's been moments, hasn't there?
Definitely. I've seen a couple of safety cars, a retirement.
Oh, Wobble Candy and Zox. Has Wobble Candy finally managed to get it done? They're still side by side.
Oh,
there's
big
contact!
touch.
That's a big
touch.
bump, and he's around. That's a shame for Wobble Candy. Tycho's come out right behind Kiwi, and I think Kiwi just says, you know what? You're on the softs. You just go, mate. You go. welcome everybody to the OCE Racing League and round 4 of Tier 1 at Monaco. That's it, Monte Carlo, here we go. The scariest track of them all when you're playing the F1 game. A look at the track, of course, it's iconic. If you've been a fan of F1 for any period of time, the 3.337 kilometers, 19 turns, and basically around every corner is a wall. It's one of the most intimidating tracks that I think I've ever had to race myself. We'll have a look at a quick hot lap that I Love Controller, who's participating in both Tier 1 and Tier 2, is going to take us around. It's only about a minute 10, a minute 9 if you're really fast, and I guess some of those aliens out there in the minute 7s. But I think race pace, probably minute 10, minute 11 at the absolute fastest. Down here past the police station on the left is about the only spot on the track I can remember the name of. We've got the hairpin coming up, which is bound to catch a few people out. You've got to take that tight line. And this quick little right-hander, which is easy to pick up a little cut on before we go through the tunnel, the infamous tunnel of Monaco. What a great track this is. The Tier 2 race, there were incidences everywhere. Down into this chicane, one of the potential overtaking spots of the track, although some people tell me there's 4. I don't believe it, not even for a moment. This quick little chicane, and then through past the swimming pool, the other chicane, and then this corner here, which I've forgotten the name of, has its name from the cafe that you see on the corner there. So that's a lap around Monaco. Last week's final results after we had the stewarding bumped Jules into the win after a penalty, saw Moggs drift back to 5th after the unsafe restart from the safety car, which was unfortunate, but Moggs himself even said that it was probably justified. I mean, definitely justified. The standings, it does kind of shake it up a little bit in the sense that Moggs, even though he won on track, he's not that much further ahead of anybody. So the points benefit that Broccoli, old mate Piero got, and Jules managed to get, reel in Moggs a little bit. So I guess they'll be hoping to make up the difference. And I'm just noticing on track, just before we get there, actually I'll hold that for a second. Of course, a refresh. Everybody gets points so long as you finish. You get 3 points for qualifying first, qualifying 2 shorthand, and 60 points for the win. As we go on track, and when he's ready, Chris, let me know. Welcome. And
I am here.
What's the weather like, my friend?
That's a great question. Let's see. Sorry to disappoint you.
No,
it looks like it's going to be light cloud at the worst. There's light rain 45 minutes out of qualifying, but obviously we do short qualifying, so we won't see that. And then clear race, 32-degree track temp.
Well, I mean, that's good in one hand. Maybe less action, perhaps, but it's not necessarily a bad thing given the Tier 2 race that we've just had. I've just noticed a bit of a spanner for the season, and probably a good thing overall. There's no Moggs today.
There's no Moggs today, that's true. So, how far out is he on points?
So, let's just bring that back up again. The standings, as we have a look. Moggs has a 42-point lead over Piero and a 49-point lead over Jules. So, if Jules or Piero pick up those wins, well, like one of them wins today, that's P1. They can take P1. So that's very interesting. That's probably a good bit of spice for the season.
And that's, what this point system is kind of all about, right? It's rewarding that consistency. Like, missing a race is
huge.
Big punishment.
Especially when you're up the top there. Yeah, absolutely. So the first laps are starting to come up onto the board. We've got Zox with the 109.2, so straight into the 109s, which is great to see. I'll try and find someone that we can... Is Ubiquitous Shadow here on a hot lap? He might be. So I might just stick with him for the time being. He does look like he is. Jules there with his first lap, a 1:11. A bit slow for Jules, so maybe that's maybe there's some traffic or I don't know.
Almost certainly, or just the very, very safe first lap.
Yeah. Yes, safety is key here at Monaco. That track position, though, is just so important. So important.
There'll be time to set another couple of laps, depending on how many tyres they want to burn through.
So 3 softs and 1 medium available to the field here for their qualifying session.
Assuming you selected the balanced preset. I think you could opt to have that last medium replaced with a soft. Which might honestly, in hindsight, have been worth it.
And now, something to also have a look at right now, although he's starting a hot lap now. Wolfman, our current championship leader in Tier 2, is making an appearance in Tier 1. So I guess a Tier 1 debut for this season. And Wolfman
sounds right.
is probably quick enough to handle the front pack. So this will be a really good test to see. I Love Controller, another one of the quicker ones from Tier 2 who also occasionally pop up into Tier 1. And those two were battling it out for first place in the Tier 2 race. I don't actually remember what the top 3 was in the Tier 2 race. Can you enlighten me, or do we need to look it up? It was just so chaotic that I didn't know.
I'll find out for you.
All right, awesome. Bring it up when you manage to get it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Wolfman stacks up, because he may very well end up in this tier next season. He was in the low 10s, the low 1 minute 10s in qualifying for Tier 2. God, I love that shot. So quick through the chicane near the swimming pool. Has he kept
That's so
it?
cool.
It looked like he might have come close to an invalidation, but I don't see it on the board. So where is this going to put him? It'll be the top half of the board. He's P3. Oh my lord, by 1,000th of a second, he's missed out on P2.
Wow. That's almost as close as you can get.
That's a spicy meatball. And some of the guys who have not yet put in a lap. Nendra, very quick. Nendra. Let's see how Nendra's doing. First sector, not too bad, but he's about 4/10ths down on the leader. That didn't look clean through the first chicane. Now let's see, second sector. Let's get the timing up on the board. No, that's the wrong one. L. There we go. Bit of a lock up there as he heads towards the back end of the lap. And where's this going to put him? Probably a second down. We've got yellow flags in all 3 sectors. A 1:10.9. So that's not a bad lap to start things off. That's a good banker, I'd say.
What's happened there in Sector 1?
I think it's just someone pulling over. It might be Alex trying to stay out of people's way. Alex, one of the few... Oh, someone's in the escape road as well. So plenty of people trying to give way.
It looks real busy down that end of the track.
Zox has said, you know what? This is as far out of the way as I can possibly be, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't block anybody.
The problem there is that you have to then reverse back onto the track.
Yes.
And it's pretty hard to see what's going on behind you. You don't get much mirror unless you're obviously Quackle.
Oh yeah, so I mean, really everyone should have that mirror by now. It's hard to show everybody, but when if you check me out on Grackle at Twitch, you'll see that my mirror takes up basically a third of the screen. Is that fair?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I don't know what resolution you play at, but it's probably almost a 1080p mirror, right?
I play at 1080, so it's definitely not a 1080p mirror, but
If you're up at 4K, it might be.
Oh, it definitely would be 4K.
I got those results from the Tier 2 race for you here.
So what's the top few?
We had Wolfman, I Love Controller, and J Miles, the top 3. That was spread across about 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then M-Dog, Oreo, Z-Dog is the next 3, and that's about a minute.
Yeah,
so that's the kind of spread we saw across the top. They're not very close to each other. by the end of the
minute
race.
spread across. Yeah, 39 laps as well for this 50% race, which is it's taxing. I'll tell you that much.
It is. And I know one of the big problems I was dealing with was as you wear down those tires, just they don't want to comply, and you know you really can't make much of a mistake here at Monaco before your wing's in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah, I know we don't want to talk about it too much because it's not what we're here to watch. But oh my goodness, what a race!
Yeah, still trying to decompress it. It wasn't very long ago. If you're around after this race, I'd definitely recommend going back and checking it out. It was action-packed.
Alex does not improve. Alex on his own rig for the first time this week. He's managed to get set up, which is pretty cool.
We've seen some pretty creative rigs come out of these guys, haven't we? Everything from my shelf with the wheel attached to it to some pretty solid custom rigs these guys put together.
Wait, have you got a shelf? Have you got a shelf rig?
I've actually got a shelf that I attach the wheel to that I attach to my desk with weights. It's like friction only, holding it in place.
Wow, I need to see this. I haven't seen this before. Oh, Zox is having a
I'll
blinder.
show you.
Let's
I'll
have
show
a
you
look at
later.
Zox. Zox has just set a faster sector 2.
He's going very slowly right now.
Is he? Okay. Or is that the man ahead, Tyker Hendricks? No. That'd be Jay Rocket.
I think he slowed down. He slowed down through that sector, so something's gone wrong.
Okay,
Oh, he's on an outlap.
maybe the timing board is just showing me the last
He's on an
lap he
outlap.
did. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then. I mean, what's my job to like just read off numbers? You know, like as if I could get that right.
He and a lot of people actually have been cutting the chicane at the end of the tunnel on their outlaps and on their cold laps.
Is that just to save
I
a bit of
suppose
time?
to save a little bit of time. I guess there's less of a chance you're gonna break your car on a wall somewhere, which is always good.
I mean, you can save like probably at least 5 seconds by doing it.
Yeah, it's very slow, so there's time to be made. Like a lot of time saved not having to brake and reaccelerate as you come around there.
Well, Zox, I mean, that's a pretty solid stamp there up in P1 with a 109.2. But I imagine as the guys get a bit more comfortable with the track, that may drop a little bit. And as I say that, Wolfman, who's out on track, has just set the fastest first sector by about half a tenth. So we'll finish this lap with Nendra. We'll see if Nendra can improve down in P8. He does have some green.
Oh, Zox has just hit the wall on his lap there. I don't know if he got damage.
Unlucky. Does Nendra improve? He does, up in a P4. Let's jump on board with Wolfman, who is agonizingly 1,000th away from P2. And Zox into the wall, into the pits,
He's
I'm sure.
abandoned that lap.
Oh, he has invalidated at some point.
Yeah,
So into the
probably when
pits.
you hit the wall. Do you still get that in quali? Yeah, how you get invalidations in time trial for hitting the wall.
I haven't had it happen to myself, so hard to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened.
Let's
But he's
jump
done
on
that, and then
board
he's
with
just
Window.
got very loose at the end of that lap.
One of the two guys yet to put in a lap. During practice, Window was one of the many who were saying, you know what? This track hates me.
Huh? I think this track hates everyone, it's fair to say.
It dishes out the hatred with equality.
Monaco's not your friend.
It's a saying I remember from The Hangover. They go to Bangkok and they say Bangkok has you. It's what happens in Monaco. Monaco has you.
Pretty much.
So Window was obviously on his outlap.
Very big.
But we'll stick with him because he hasn't got a time on the board yet. The top three have not improved. Jules looks like he's improved slightly in P5, but I mean he's still 1.1 seconds off the pace of P1. And Ubiquitous was saying in the pre-race that he was not feeling all that great. He's feeling like he was half a second off his best, which is not what you want to have happen when you rock up to the race day. Oh, this fast section. Oh, there's an incident.
There is a car stuck there.
Sector 3, that car's not moving.
Fortunately, that car was out of the way. It didn't seem to slow down Window there.
Okay, well, whoever it was, he decided to just stay there and wait, which is probably the safe move. Window crossing the line up into 9th. Great job, Window, with a 110.7.6. 766.
Solid lap.
It's pretty solid. I'd say if you're in the 10s, you're bloody quick. If you're faster than in the 10s, why are you here? Go be an F1 driver.
Not quite. Some of those esports drivers are pretty ridiculous around here. Like 109 is definitely ridiculous, but they go fast. They go faster than that.
Let's have a look at Joe. Joe's improving. Oh, he's invalidated. Okay. Bad luck, Joe.
He was improving.
Who else has... I Love Controllers put in a lap finally with a 111 flat, so not the best from him. I think he's quicker. We saw in the pre-race that I Love Controller can do a 109 in time trial, so I'm sure he won't be happy with that. The robot that he is, as I've learned in post-race interviews from Tier 2.
Is Oreo in a hot lap too, do you know?
Let's have a look. He does look like he's pushing, and someone is right behind him. I think it's I Love Controller.
So these two are awfully close together, which you never
Oreo's
want.
just invalidated. So he's had to abandon. Unlucky. Let's have a look at Piero. Piero on his outlap, looking to improve. Piero and Jules, your 2nd and 3rd in the championship. As he starts his flying lap. Oreo didn't come into the pits, so does that mean he's looking to go again? You do have enough fuel to do that here, I noticed. There's even the minimum fuel load is still quite high.
It's not a thirsty track.
Yeah.
You really don't spend a lot of time at full throttle here.
I mean, why not?
As a percentage of the lap, I wonder what it is.
Are you looking after your tires?
It's no Monza.
Like, you should just be at full throttle all the time. What do you mean?
I would like to see you try full throttle and see how many centimeters of the first corner you make it around.
Yeah, that's very true. This is looking pretty tidy so far from Piero. He has not improved in Sector 1. He has improved in Sector 2. But he's still a couple of tenths off the fastest at the moment. So we'll come down to Sector 3. How far can he improve? 109 flat from Zox, as Zox puts his foot down and says, you know what?
Wow.
I am the boss of Monaco, as Piero cannot improve. He does not go faster. So a bunch of guys coming out, which I'm assuming means that our timing is off yet again. I think I figured out why it happens, though. And you know when you're loading in as the driver, you have to select your tires?
Yeah.
Well, the timer hasn't started yet until everyone goes through that, and then there's like a 30-second countdown until everyone hits ready, right? Well, us as spectators, we come into the session and we're just thrown straight in, and the time is already ticking. So it's the difference. It's the difference there. Right? I don't know why.
Man, I feel like you should submit a bug report to Codemasters with that information. That would be, as a programmer, that would be very insightful to help solve that kind of problem.
Jules getting a little squirrely in front of the police station, which is easy to do, that little bump there, and the negative canter, I can't remember the word, of the corner. Camber? Can't remember. But you do tend to go wide around that corner because it's quite scary. Is that the casino? I think it is casino. Jules staying very tidy here. P6. He hasn't improved in Sector 1. He has improved in Sector 2. What can he do? Can he go faster? Oreo and Nendra will not improve. Wolfman and Tycho will not improve.
Shadow not improving there.
Jules coming across the line. Oh, he does go up into P4, into the 109s. Well done, Jules. Let's go on board with Joe. Is the next driver to cross the line who is still active. Joe, there's no greens, so I don't know that he'll improve much. But any places... Oh, well, I take that back. He managed to get up into P6 from P10. S-Spec coming across the line to finish it off. I didn't catch if he improved or not. He was sitting last.
14.
So maybe bumped up one spot or two?
Couldn't tell. I wish the leaderboard didn't go away right that second.
Yeah, like immediately. Here we go. We can have a look now.
No, yeah, he stays 15th.
So Zox with 3 points. Tycho with 2 points. Wolfman with his first outing gets a point in qualifying. Well done, Wolfman.
Mate,
I mean, look at
1
those
second separates the top 5.
Oh, 1/1000th of a second separates second from third, which is just insane. Half a second gap to Zox is incredible.
You love to see it.
S-Spec coming in P15, so he didn't improve his time. Half a second off Ubiquitous at the back there. Ubiquitous, who can definitely go faster. I'm sure he's got some pace in him.
I wonder if he's just being awfully cautious to avoid that potential T1 spook.
Yeah, it's just scary. It's just downright scary. Like what?
That was totally that was what I did last time around in the Tier 2 race. I was totally intentionally at the back of the grid. Fully intentionally.
I believe you.
I swear.
And I swear. I'm just getting the corner names because I can't remember anything. I'm getting them up on my second screen. Because the only things I can remember... So, on the official... on the Wikipedia page, do you know what the tunnel's called?
No.
Le Tunnel.
Is it called tunnel? No, surely not. Alright, well, we have to refer to it as that from now on.
Le Tunnel.
Le Tunnel.
Of course, there is a name for the Dargons, but we just call them the Dargons. So that's, that's what we do.
Is Dargons after T1? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, the little. Is it really? Okay. It's not proper Dargon, but like it's the spirit
of
the Dargons.
You definitely feel it. It's definitely when it makes itself known. It's definitely a curve in the road.
So that 3 points puts Zox within 3 points of Jules now. On 111, Jules on 114. So the gap getting a little closer. I love Controller, probably the biggest loser here. He's sitting P5 in the standings on 80 points, and he's only managed to qualify 13th. And we know he's got speed because he did the hot lap for the weekend, and it was a 109. So he's got some speed. But
there's a lot of luck.
Barring a safety car, Chris, do you have any predictions for this race?
Well, Zoc's in the best position right now. All he needs to do is stick with it. As you know, overtaking is ridiculously difficult around here. You really are, when you're trying to overtake, unless you're Jules, of course, you're really banking on a mistake ahead to give you that breathing room to make a run and squeeze through and force the driver ahead to concede the position to you. Otherwise, you can really defend here. Like, if you're the chasing driver, you've got no choice. But,
so in Tier 2, M-Dog was sitting behind me for quite a few laps, and he just could not get around me. But he clearly had the pace, and I wasn't going to let him past until I hit the wall. And then I was like, you know what? I could just sit here and slow you down, but I'm going to give you a chance to go and see if you can chase down the guy who's like 8 seconds ahead. And he did. He like started to reel him in. So I just pulled over and let him by. But Jules, sitting in P4. You know how we say no heroics into Saint Devote? Don't, Jules, heed the words, man. Heed the words. So the back 5, P11 through P15, starting on the mediums, everyone else on the softs. As the lights go red, they then go out, and then we have the traditional 5-second lag where we don't have anything until They're away. A little bit of wheel spin, but it looks like most of them had a pretty good start. Let's see how the first quarter goes. There's no action yet. How long will it last for?
Oh,
wow, they've made it through T1. Well done. This is amazing.
That was remarkably clean. I feel like I saw a yellow chunk of front wing go flying somewhere. But, no stoppage. Up into P3. Everyone's running.
Jules has overtaken, I think, Wolfman and Joe, or there's been some movement there anyway. Oh, there's a little bit of concertina effect happening at the back there. Probably some damage at the back. Someone's had to pull over to the side. It's confirmed. Confirmed 1 MMR, I think, has wing damage. As does S-Spec.
Also has wing damage.
Yeah, I'd say your back 4 or 5 have wing damage. But let's go on board with Tycho as he chases the back of Zox. There was quite a bit of difference in pace between these two in qualifying. But how much is different in the race? You see the predicted pit stop strategy. I can't say that.
Pit stop strategy?
You've got you're basically your soft medium and your soft hard, but we'll see some of the guys doing medium soft or medium hard, probably medium soft.
Yeah, medium soft is the way to go. The hard's pretty rough. Not too bad actually around here.
Confirm the first into the box is putting on the mediums. With a safety car, you might get those to the end. Without a safety car, he's definitely boxing again. Oh, Tycho is so close to Zox here.
He's right there.
But where do you do? What do you do? Like, how do you get around?
That's just it. That is not, the hairpin is not an overtaking opportunity. Unless you're Jules, maybe.
Perhaps. It all looks so clean so far.
Yeah, how are we for positional changes?
So your big loss there, obviously confirmed. Oreo's lost 3 spots. Wolfman is down 2. And the big gainers so far, no one making any monstrous moves, but Alex is up 2, Joe's up 2, Jules up in a P3, which is good for Jules.
So really not a lot of movement. It's been remarkably clean.
Yeah, other than a couple of little incidents. I think P12, 13, 14. I mean, definitely ubiquitous with him being 4.5 seconds back, and he's just dropping time. He has to have damage. So I'd say you're back 3. Well, other than confirmed his box.
Yeah, he does have damage, ubiquitous.
So those two at the back have damage, and they're trying to soldier on. But everyone else keeping it remarkably clean. Well done, guys, so far. Window, the first into the books, cutting a little too much. 3 seconds.
That's pretty quick. It's only 3 laps in. There's a lot more laps here to do.
So the gap for Tycho did get out to over a second, and he's reeled Zox back in a bit. But I guess there's Oreo now picking up 3 seconds. Already lap 3, and they're already getting time penalties. So we'll see how much of a factor that's going to make later.
Yeah, definitely.
Zox managed to pull away a bit. Perhaps he made a mistake. Not sure. But now Tycho's back into DRS range, and Jules is clinging on the back there. So Zox is developing a DRS train in the front 3 here. And Wolfman will be pretty happy to just sit there in 4th on his debut in Tier 1.
It's going to be interesting up front, because Tycho definitely wants to close down Zox, but once he has Jules on his tail, that's a whole other, having to defend behind, you'll lose focus in front of you, and it really hampers your ability. Like, you need as much focus as you can get to overtake around here. Indeed.
You've got a train of...
You don't need to be worrying about the cars behind.
No, you don't. You don't want to be having to defend while attacking, because it just doesn't work. We've got a train here of 4 cars. Piero back to I Love Controller. Piero probably the biggest loser in terms of the standings. He's P2 in the standings. If he could win the race today, he'd go P1. And he's stuck down there in P9. As Nendra gets the move done on Joe. We didn't get to see that on camera. I'm sorry I missed it, but that looks like it was probably at the chicane. Oh, Piero's hit the wall.
Piero.
There's damage. Alex has got to reel him in now. This is the opportunity. Let's go on board with Alex and see what he can do. It was... Oh, Piero is into the boat. He's into the pits.
Proper Tokyo drift into the pits.
I mean, that's fair, you know, when you get damaged, you don't really want to sit
under control.
And Espec and Joe are into the pits as well. This train now only 3 cars here. So maybe Joe made a mistake and has come into pit 5 laps in, and that's how Ninja got past.
Right.
So fresh air, not a bad thing at Monaco. I feel like if you can get into a rhythm here, you can do quite well. You don't have to worry about everybody around you. I think that was the time when I was least stressed during the Tier 2 race.
Yeah. You can kind of get your head down and get into a rhythm. Monaco is all about getting into a rhythm, right?
Oh, absolutely. Now, speaking of getting into a rhythm, I think that Jules is about to bust open Tycho's rhythm here, because Jules is 4/10 behind Tycho. 3/10. 2/10. Where is the move going to come? You just know it. When it's Jules, there's a move coming. Where is it going to be?
Tightest, Jules. Take it easy.
Still 3/10.
Peanuts
so close. He's trying to. Oh, he has a look. He has a look. He doesn't want to do it. Just
depending on how this next move goes, we might be seeing a safety car.
And Wolfman, who's come into this battle now, thanks to Tycho's defensive efforts on Jules. So now Jules is attacking while also defending, although I don't think Jules will spend much time defending. He only looks ahead of him, doesn't he? Is there a dive? No, he sort of thought about it. A little bit of a lock-up from Tycho. He might have had a bit of track limits warning there. This is a great shot as we come down the back through.
I love the helicopter shot.
A couple of chicanes as we go past the swimming pool. There it is on camera. You can actually see it for once, which is great.
There is a swimming pool there.
And there's the cafe. And we go again. Okay, half a second. Jules, the DRS opens wide up. Wolfman's fallen back a little bit. Keep an eye on I Love Controller in the background, who's all over the back of window as well, but we'll stick with Jules for now. This is doing wonders for Zox. He can really just take it a little easy and try and extend the life of these softs.
Ideal. Absolutely ideal for him. You want the guys behind you fighting and taking time out of each other's laps.
Indeed. Out of each other's tyres.
Exactly.
Speaking of tyres, let's have a quick look at the situations. Everyone up in the top 7 on softs. And then you got a bunch of the medium starters. So we had 5 starts on mediums. One of them has obviously had to box. Oh, Jules. Oh, we've got our DNF. He's retired in the pits.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he's just had enough of it. I think we got a move coming. I think we got a move coming. What are you going to do, Jules? This is the closest he's been at the start of a lap. He can get the power down early. Oh, Tycho's had a couple of good corners there. He's managed to string out another 10. Jules is losing traction. He's everywhere.
Going on the straight there.
That's not going to be how he gets the move done. Not at all. Tycho, though, still the tyres, these softs, they're definitely starting to wane a little bit. So we bid farewell to Ubiquitous Shadow. Sorry, mate. I wish you all the best as Jules is sliding around the corner. The casino says, give me your money, and Jules says, hang on, I've got to do another lap.
So we've got Cartman, our informant, talking to Zox, reporting that he's struggling with wear on the tyres.
I don't doubt it. I
think everyone's struggling with wear on the tyres.
I think that'll be everyone on softs.
Where are we now? Lap 8. Yeah, we're definitely pushing it. We're towards the end of the life of these tyres, and, you know, where they start to go, there's no room for mistakes here, and these tyres will force you into mistakes.
So Jules still sitting there. Is that... Oh, I thought I saw someone die in the background, but I think they might have just been turning into the chicane. Oh, that was terrifying. So
it's
only
funny,
one DNF.
You see cars heading fast at all kinds of angles.
It plays tricks with your brain, you know.
Obscured by the fences.
So I mentioned Window a little while ago that I Love Controller was all over the back of him. Window's managed to catch up with Alex and fend off I Love Controller, which is good for him. I Love Controller might have had just a little bit of a moment there. He's into the pits.
Yeah, there he is. Wing change. And onto the hards.
Hards will definitely go the distance. Zox was telling me. Go ahead.
Yeah, go on. Well, I was just going to say, hards, towards the end of the race, the hards will still be a struggle.
Oh, probably, yeah.
They get loose as you get into that wet.
Did you...
they're not very good to begin with.
Did you go very far on the hards in the Tier 2 race? Because I got about 6 laps before I had to box again.
I got a bit more of that. I did most of them. Yeah. How many laps did I do? I'm not sure. Maybe 15? And even towards the end of that, into 15, you could feel them starting to go. If you're a more careful driver, you could push them further, I suppose.
So this forward group, so if Zox is struggling with his tyres, surely he doesn't want to pull the trigger first, right? He wants to sit. He wants to sit back and wait for someone else to make the move.
Yeah, no. As much as he's struggling, the two behind him are fighting, and they're definitely putting more wear into their tyres than he is.
And here is Jules again, 2 tenths, but he just can't find a way. This is the man that said there's 4 overtaking zones at Monaco, and I refuse to believe it.
Hazard a guess as to what they might be.
Well, here's one.
One of them probably here, yeah.
Oh, Wolfman having a little look there at the inside of Jules. 2 is obviously the chicane out of the tunnel. I mean, 3 is probably second last corner at the cafe, and then 4 is probably DRS if you can be close enough.
Into T1.
Into T1, yeah.
They sound reasonable.
Jules has fallen back here. He must have made a mistake somewhere, and he's lost. He's losing time. It's just sinking away.
And I mean, all it's doing is probably getting on Wolfman's mind. And
we're seeing anyone in the pits. Here he goes. He's Jules into the pits.
Pull the trigger first.
That's it. Onto the mediums by the look of it. Let's see where he comes out. It's going to be... And we've got more. We've got Oreo into the pits, so those soft runners are definitely thinking about it. Jules looks like he's going to come out into some space, so that's good for Jules. Let's see how these front 2 are looking. If we get our gap to leader, so we can see where Jules has come out.
Just in front of S-Spec.
Oh, that's good. So the gap to the next car is 8 seconds, so that's clear air for Jules. And he has already caught Zox by 3 or 4 tenths. So this undercut could be huge. This could be how he gets past Tycho. And that's the other question, right? You don't want to be the first because that means you're going to have less tyre life. But look at this undercut. Jules is now 19.3 seconds behind the leader. 19.2. It's just dropping. He's taken a second out of the leader. Jules is going to be leading. If Zox pits now, Jules could be in front of him. Here they come.
He goes.
They're into the box. Let's go on board. They're both coming in. I'm going to stick with them. Wolfman stays out. Okay, there's no double stack. That's good to see. Let's go on board with Jules. Where's this going to play out? Coming around second last corner. They're both out of their boxes. Here comes Jules under the straight.
Easily past.
I think he's got him. I think he's got them both. He just zooms past with a purple third sector. And Jules,
the penalty cutting the corner there.
It cuts the last corner, but he's into
too hot through there.
He's into the potential net lead with Wolfman still yet to pit. That is huge.
Oh, safety car, no yellow flag.
Ooh, there's a little bit. I see a bit of damage there. Is it on J Rocket or Alex?
I think Alex has a missing end plate. So it looks like.
Jules trying to go around J Rocket. It might be J Rocket who's got the damage. It is. J Rocket's missing half the right side of his wing. So
yeah, they're both damaged. This is contact.
Good for Wolfman. Can Wolfman pull a shock 4th into 1st with a pit stop? Let's have a look here as Jules gets around J Rocket. J Rocket falling back with that damage. And corner cuts as well. Wolfman, here he goes. This is going to be tight. Let's go on board with Jules. Does he hold the lead? Zox is all over the back. Alex gets a speeding in the pit lane penalty. I don't think it's enough for Wolfman. It's not. He's back. So Jules. Jules has the net lead of the race.
The undercut was worth it.
It was huge. He's picked up 2 spots in the pits. Window up ahead. However, he does have 3 seconds. Let's not forget that. So,
Yep.
Window up ahead, yet to box. But our net race leader here, just trying to get my telemetry right. Our net race leader here has managed the unlikely of all unlikelies of that undercut. I mean, that's brilliant. That's what you want to see. That's what F1's all about, right?
Yeah, the strategy.
So Wolfman trying to catch up. He lost quite a bit of time there, so those old tyres just not worth it. Not worth hanging on to. But he will have the best tyres towards the end of the race. So we'll see what happens with that front 4. Plenty of smoke. You're just seeing, I don't know if it's window up in front, but between Jules, Zox and Tycho, plenty of tyre smoke. As Zox, is he going for a move? He's trying to go around the outside on T1. Jules can hold him off, but only just. They're going up through the Dargons. Zox gave it a go. He couldn't quite stick it. He clearly has a bit of a pace advantage over Jules, but that's only one element of trying to make a move at Monaco. How big are Jules's elbows?
We're about to find out.
Here comes
Coming up
Window.
to a big overtaking opportunity.
Window, who's yet to stop and is on 13 lap old mediums. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Oh, Zox is thinking about it. Bit of a lock-up.
Very hot in there.
That's spicy.
A bit too far back. And he thinks better of it, fortunately.
Last thing you want to see is a wheel go flying off right there. So what's this window? I don't know, spanner. This is an interesting one because it's going to slow down Jules, but it's also going to give him DRS. I mean, he's leading the race. He doesn't have to go anywhere. It's his spot, but wow, the guy's behind him.
Really through the first corner there. He's lost a lot of time on Jules there.
Wolfman on the back of Tycho. Let's follow on board for a lap or two with Wolfman at the back of this pack. Tycho going defensive into that right-hander. The Mirabeau.
There's so many cars. That's a train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, I think. Which Wolfman is at the back up there.
If there's one thing we can thank Window here for, it's that this is going to make sure that these guys are going to be battling for some time. Because he's backed them right up into each other, which is great for us. Alright, Zox, what do you got, mate? If you're going to make a move on Jules, you've got to make a move on them both. And you'd think Window's not going anywhere anytime soon. But he's clearly struggling. Jules sort of thinking about it. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Piero's had a moment.
He's damaged. He's back into the pits.
Into the box. And is speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Just, for good measure.
Good measure. Piero.
You don't like to see it.
No, you hate to see it.
Remember that you do get points for finishing here.
Yep.
So damage limitation.
And he's DNF'd. He's retired.
He's retired. He will not be getting points.
He's not getting points, so that's a huge loss. That's just gifted as Jules goes around Window through the tunnel. Zox is going to need to make a move. He goes early. I think Window thought better of it, just got out of the way.
Zox not waiting and not moving Jules a second.
if
to run
Zox,
away in that clean air.
If Zox, exactly, if he was stuck behind window for much longer, I mean, kiss Jules goodbye, right? What's that going to mean for these two, Tycho and Wolfman? I was just going to say, Piero, mate, you got to stick it out because now you've just gifted Jules P2 in the championship.
And we hate to see that.
You don't get
Can't
points
keep
for not
letting him
finishing.
get away with it.
I know, you just can't. Zox has reeled back into the back of
Yeah, I think
Jules.
there was a mistake in near the cafe, the second to last corner, which let Zox kind of make back up that time that Jules gained from the half of a straight being ahead of the
Window.
What's he done? Did he just drop it?
Excuse
Did
me.
you catch that?
I couldn't quite see what happened, but he went off the escape, so I don't know if he just thought, I need to get out of the way of these guys, or if he
Could have
had
just outbraked himself.
a bit of a moment. They're old
Which
tyres.
is
So,
remarkable easy to do.
I mean, surely he didn't just give it up, but anything's possible.
No, it's very easy to make you miss your braking. Wonder about how many of these guys are using line versus no line.
Well, we know Jules doesn't use line. I think Zox does use the line. I don't know about Tycho Wolfman.
Wait.
Tycho gets past Wolfman, but he doesn't stick it. Let's have a look. Oh, they're in the pits. That's why.
Yeah.
Why is that? Oh, it's a wing change for Tycho.
Change. Back onto mediums.
Okay, so that's an unscheduled pit stop, I'm sure. He might have had a little incident.
Oreo, who is doing the same wing change back onto mediums.
Zox and Jules, they're battling around the hairpin. I hear a crunch on a wall, but Zox has managed to get past Jules.
Well.
So there you go, apparently, the hairpin. That's where you overtake.
Anyways, an overtaking opportunity if you're brave enough.
I'm not brave enough.
Most sane people aren't brave enough, but you know.
I mean, they must have had to kind of give up a little ground to each other because it's brought Wolfman right back into this.
Yeah, that's kind of the deal anyway, you battle at Monaco. No matter what, someone's going to have to compromise, or both people are going to have to compromise their lines, and it just lets the car in front get further away, or the car behind close you up. It's just the nature of the beast. When you have to get those overtakes done, you have to take that. You have to take that loss.
Let's have a look at Ninja, who's all over the back of Joe. Coming onto the pit straight. I mean, they're basically one car with how close he was. The DRS, Joe's trying to hold him out. Bit of a cut, and Ninja picks up 3 seconds. So the penalties are coming thick and fast. You don't have a penalty thing on your timing board.
I guess I don't. Is that one of your additions?
It is. They both lock up into the right-hander before the hairpin. And more Joe just destroying his tyres. I'm pretty sure he locked up all 4. Just for the split second, you know? Just dragging the right tyres. He just doesn't want to give up. Zox has already pulled out a second on Jules. Oh, Joe's gone around!
Oh, no.
He's reset, which is good. He'll get out of the way. But he's definitely lost the position, and now Confirmed can come back into that. He might have got away with very little damage there.
He looks like he does have end plate damage. Oh, and he's just slammed into the wall.
Oh no, Joe. On the hards, does he come in? He's staying out.
No,
He's staying out.
Nendra doesn't look to have picked up too much damage, if any.
Windows finally made the move. The last car to come into the pits. He's gone
So
medium
fast.
hards. Oh, it was a big moment from Confirmed. I think he got away with that.
Oh. Did he touch the wall? It doesn't look like he got damage.
Oh, he's still got his end plates, but whew. Ooh, he won't have his clean
Sounds
underpants.
do you see damage on Zox?
On Zox, let's have a look.
I'm hearing
I do
Zox got the overtake into Casino Square, but picked up yellow damage.
Okay, so he's just had a little bit of a bump. So you need to have... I mean, yellow damage is a lot. We should see that. We don't.
Yeah, I would think we could see that. It's kind of hard to make out.
You need 10% before you lose an end plate. So if it's less than 10%, we wouldn't see it. Unless it's a bug, you know, which Codemaster is entirely possible.
You can't rule it out.
Jules putting in the fastest... Oh, he's got the fastest third sector. It wasn't like that lap finish. I mean, the two of them here. Honestly, I thought Zox was going to pull away, but maybe he does have that damage. I'm sure we're not being fed lies, because he was over a second away, and now Jules is back within DRS. Unfortunate for Tycho. I don't know what happened there. There must have been a coming together, probably with Wolfman. He probably tried to sneak it up the inside somewhere and lost a bit of wing as a result. Because I did see them overtake each other on the timing board for a split second. So interesting. Zox pulls out like 2-3 tenths on Jules towards the hairpin, and then through the hairpin, Jules just monsters it all back.
It's definitely a way to take that. Like, sometimes you go through there and it just feels faster. And I struggle to figure out why. And thus repeat it. Saw Joe pit and fix his wing. It's dropped him back down to 12th. He's on the... what's that? Mediums? That'll take him to the end, right?
Comfortable. Tycho banging in a fastest lap of the race on those fresh tyres and picking up a 3-second penalty. I was literally... My next point was going to be Tycho in the front 5, the last one without any penalties other than Zox. And if he could get past Nendra and start closing them down, you never know. But he's picked it up. He's picked up that penalty, so they're all square except for Zox. And they've got to be thinking about it. Oh, who's in the back there? Wolfman's got damage. Wolfman's missing an end plate.
Oh, he must have touched the wall at some point.
He's missing his left end plate. And none of these guys are due to pit again, so that'll be tricky. It's a right-hand circuit. So, you know, the right-handers are usually a bit more heavy than the lefts. So that's going to hurt him. Although he's still half a second behind Jules, so not sure how much. Oreo closing down on Espec. Back it out midfield. He goes for a dive. There's contact.
Big move.
Oh, and there's a follow-up. They've come together. They have to reset. They've both come out of that poorly. Oh, you got to be careful through there. Oh, Oreo's in the wall again. He's all over the place.
Shedding wing.
Oh, I mean, I think I've commentated cursed him just by looking at him.
Yeah, I was following that battle for a little while before then. They were pretty clean up until that point.
Into the pits he goes. Unlucky for Oreo. What a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame.
All right, who else can I throw the... And he's retired. Oh, no, Oreo, stick it out, mate. Points. You got to get the points.
The lowest you could finish is 13th.
13th.
Good points for 13.
What are the points? Hang on. It's 11 points that he's just given up. Tycho, now on the back of Nendra. I Love Controller manages to get around S-Spec. Tycho trying to get past Nendra. Nendra, who started his career in Tier 2, had a bit of a chaotic first race at China. Absolutely blew the field away, but unfortunately had an unsafe safety car restart, which sent him back down the track. But he's definitely got pace. And it's good to see him showcasing some of that today up in P4. But Tycho's not going to go away anytime soon. The buzzing bee. Check in with some of the movement here. Alex is having a great race. Up 5 spots, confirmed after his earlier incident that dropped him right to the back of the field. He's up in P6, up 4 positions.
Those two both in some pretty good clean air, letting them just kind of cruise around, get into that rhythm like we were saying.
Oh, S-Spec has left the session. I wonder if that's why he's boxed or if he's done that deliberately.
It seems like he was in the box afterward. No, his AI is going to be out on track now. Might just drop him an invite in case his game's crashed or something.
I mean, he's still in some good points. He's up 3 spots from his quali. You know, P12, it'll get you 11 maybe more points. It's a good place to finish if you can stick it out. We've got a yellow in Sector 2. I think it might be Joe. Let's have a quick look at Joe. Has he got damage? There's no damage, so hopefully he's okay. Those penalties really gonna be something to talk about at the end of the race. Because everyone in the field, bar Confirmed and Zox, have penalties. And seriously, Tycho and Nendra are doing like Human Centipede, but with F1 cars.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Tycho, big slider out of the corner into the tunnel, and he's lost 6/10. He was so close. He's fallen back. Peanuts reckons Zox got more damage. Let's have a look. We'll go on board. Jules has damage. Jules is missing his right end plate.
Oh, no.
Zox is missing his right end plate. Wolfman. Does Wolfman have it? No, Wolfman's missing his left end plate. Nobody has a full wing. That's what we expect at Monaco, right?
That's what you expect?
Do we see Joe coming
Having end wing is a miracle.
Oh, it's remarkable. I didn't finish the race with a full wing. Did you?
I think I might have, but only because I pit right at the end.
It's one way to do it.
It counts.
So if these guys... Tycho's managed to get past Nendra, which is great. Oh, no! Has it forced Nendra into an incident? I come back to look. Was it Nendra with the mistake? Or was it Tycho who forced him off? I'm not going to assume he did, but the question has to be asked. I'm sure we'll find out in due course. I was just about to say, I wonder... Tycho, with a clean car, no damage. I was about to say, if he can get past Nendra, and the front 3 all have wing damage, it's 13 laps, 19 seconds. Could it be done?
Where is this back on? He's disappeared. Is he still an AI?
I believe so. Yep.
He's offline.
He's had enough.
We'll have to let him run. Unless he's pulled his power cord out.
Wing deficiency Grand Prix.
Pretty much.
I think Peanuts called it the brown flag Grand Prix earlier.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's really going to be a battle of who blinks first and who can keep enough wing to kind of keep the pace here. As soon as one of these guys has to pit up in front, that's going to be it, right?
Yeah, if
They're all equal on damage, roughly.
Well, I mean, does that, you know, say Zox has damage and he comes in and pits. Obviously, he'll drop back to probably 5th. It'd be close with 4th at the moment, but Tycho's already managed to pull these guys in by a second, so we could be seeing that come into play. But if it happens soon, it puts pressure on these two that are left, you know? Whoever doesn't go in for the new wing then has to stay out there with the damage and try and hold out. And then it just becomes this, like, every lap you're more likely to make a mistake and pick something up.
You definitely are, but I don't know, track position is just worth so much here.
Yeah, it's huge. It is absolutely
I don't know if it'd be worth... I don't know if I was Zox, I'd be willing to sacrifice it.
So I can see 4 cars here. Is one of them a back marker? Who we got? P11. Yeah, so one of them's Joe.
Okay.
And they look like they dealt with that pretty well, so good job, Joe. We'll have a look at keep an eye on this penalty situation as well. Tycho now under 18 seconds. It's 17 and a half. 11 laps to go. It might be asking a bit much, but, you know, any mistakes that these guys make, he could capitalise on.
I didn't realise the penalty situation earlier. And they have 2 drivers currently running with no penalties.
Yeah,
one of them's P1 up the front.
And is this confirmed? Let's have a quick look at confirmed. Is he only 3.5 seconds behind Nendra?
He is only 3.2 right now.
All right, well, hang on. I'm going to get off him because I don't want to jinx him.
I'll keep an eye on it. That's fair enough. I think it might have been too late though. Like, as soon as you make the decision, this is when it comes into effect, right?
Confirmed. If it happens and you're watching this back, I'm sorry. The gap now from Wolfman to Tycho is under 17. I mean, it looks like it's a second a lap difference. The last lap from Wolfman was a 1:15.1. The last lap from Tycho was a 1:14 flat. Zox and Jules both still in the 14s, but I mean, he's catching them both by half a second at least a lap. So we'll have to see if that continues. We'll track it. We'll keep an eye on it. But he's doing everything he can to try and give himself a shot at a podium. And it's huge points for Confirmed if he can pull it off. That's great. Good job, Confirmed. Had a bit of a bad run lately. A couple of DNFs. They don't feel nice to string together.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at Window. Good. Window on the back of Alex.
It's a pretty intense battle. Alex with 8 seconds of penalty versus Windows 6, so that's 2-second penalty delta.
Your penalty delta.
If Window can finish within 2 seconds of Alex, he'll be promoted.
So the gap to Confirmed from Alex is 5 seconds. If you're, and Confirmed doesn't have any penalties as well. If you're Window, do you just take it easy and just try and stay here?
Maybe. I mean, there's definitely risk involved in that. Like, you know, you want to be the car ahead on track because it means you can control the pace, but certainly if you can't manage to overtake, hanging on, stay inside 2 seconds, it's not too hard to do here. That'll get you the position. I don't know, he has 6 to the 3 of Isle of Controller, so he also needs to think about staying out of that 3 seconds window.
Very true.
Isle of Controller.
Good point. See, I was doing the Jules thing. I just look ahead. Wasn't looking backwards.
Well, that's the way that you're facing, so that's the way you're concentrating.
So the difference. Oh, was that a mistake? Did look like Alex might have gone in a little sideways.
A little bit of a lock up from him.
But he is pulling away, even with the DRS in Windows' favour. Well, towards the back end of that straight, you see them kind of hold out, and then just 2 tenths disappear. It's a yellow flag at the swimming pool. Is someone pulled over, or is there contact? There might have been an incident. Or is it just a couple of guys giving way for the leaders, perhaps?
See, it might have been a back car.
Yeah, I think it was
I should know.
Someone at the back. But that's thrown it all. Wolfman's into P1. What's happened?
I think there might have been an incident there that we missed.
Wow.
I hear about that one.
Wow. So who's made a mistake?
Well, Zox has definitely lost out here, dropping 2 places.
He's got no wing. Tycho is now within fighting distance. Who's on the back of Zox here?
A back marker.
Is that Joe? And Joe's faster, so Zox has let Joe through. Oh no.
Joe unlapping himself there.
There you go. And Jules has got no. So Jules is in the same situation as Zox. He doesn't have either of his end plates. Could Wolfman do this? Could he pull it off? He's got the most end plates out of any of these guys.
The most end plate, which is 1 out of 2.
Oh, wow. So that gap that was, upwards of 13, 14 seconds for Tycho is now 7. So there you go. Someone made a mistake and they're falling
We're definitely hearing about that one after the race.
7 laps to go. They're obviously not going to come in. Because I think they would have if they were going to by now.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it to come in.
Zox, could he keep up? I mean, the gap is right now 3 seconds. If Wolfman can't cling onto it, I mean, he could get P2
only
at
needs
least.
to finish within the 3 seconds of Jules.
Where's my delta? So Zox 6 seconds from the leader. So you think Wolfman's safe if he can hold on to it?
Pretty good for Wolfman.
Safe is a scary word to throw out there, though.
Safe is a strong word.
Yeah.
Relatively, though.
And here's Joe again. Joe, all over the back of Jules. Joe, obviously with fresher tyres and a full wing, is like, let me through. I'm faster. He's got the tyre difference. He's got the wing difference. And the back marker of Joe is trying to unlap himself. Oh, he picks up a penalty for his efforts. No, Joe. Yeah, so Wolfman just flying away with it now. 5 seconds clear.
Yep. Zox within that 3 seconds.
What a shame we missed that, because that would have been huge to be able to see.
I promise you will find out what happened there.
I don't doubt
we're going to find out.
Blink and you miss it, hey? Let's have a look at I Love Controller as he gets on the back of Window. We were talking about this earlier. Window definitely not able to keep that 3 second gap. What's the tyre delta here? We've got I Love Controller on mediums.
Squiggly.
He's got the tyre difference.
Out of there.
Bit of a train here. Did he scrape the wall there a little bit? I Love Controller is just carrying so much speed.
I don't think that's the fastest way around.
And Alex is on older hards. I Love Controller makes the move. He's got up the inside of Window.
Little bit of contact, rear wheel to front wing.
It looked pretty okay.
Pretty tame though.
Doesn't look like there's damage on Window as we get this great rearwards looking shot from I Love Controller. But let's look forwards.
In his diffuser.
Let's look forwards as he lines up Alex next. And Zox has called it a day. He's pitting. He said, "Is enough is enough is enough." Will that trigger anyone else to come in? I don't think Wolfman's budging.
Yeah, the question is, Jules, I suppose.
He's already lost another 2 to 3 seconds. Oh, I Love Controller bumping the back of Alex. They've all caught confirmed. Confirmed though just has to hold it and be close because he has no penalties. So just stay clean confirmed and you'll hold the position.
Zox out of the pits behind Nendra, looks like.
Already past him.
Nendra's let him pass. I think Zendra. Why do I keep saying that?
Zendra
has made a mistake.
Oh, he's gone for a move. I Love Controller. That's definitely not a gap. Oh, this is close.
It closed right up on him. That was scary.
It's all very close. Oh, confirmed. He's picked up a penalty finally. Oh, no. Alex gets past confirmed.
Yeah.
This now matters. It's all for position.
All kinds of out of shape there.
I mean, Alex has 8 seconds of penalties, but...
Yeah, so confirmed is definitely still within Alex's reach. The car's behind, though. I Love Controller behind, 3 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, and
all
over the back of him.
This overtake, if I Love Controller can get it done.
Well, I think he's going to try.
Very shy.
Yeah, indeed. He does have damage, though. He's picked up damage in the last few corners. He's missing his right end plate. He's trying to move around the outside. The squeeze is on. Can he get the move done? They're still going side by side. I think he's got it. He's up into P7. He just forces his way through.
Now, both of them still within the 8 seconds of Alex. Or 6 seconds? They're still within, yeah. So, if we finish right now, they would jump. Both of them would jump Alex in the standings there.
Zox is putting in some blinders right now. He is about to set the fastest lap of the race, without a doubt. So keep your eye on that man.
There's points for that.
Because he is absolutely flying. And let's just watch it happen, shall we? Boom. There it is. A 1:10.8. That is massive. But the battle on the track is back here. Zox, I guess, he's gambled. He might be able to reel some of them in. He's got no penalties. So, I mean, it's 3 laps. 14 seconds is a lot in 3 laps. But everyone ahead of him is on old tyres. And, I mean, Jules has wing damage. Wolfman has wing damage. Last we checked with Tycho, he doesn't have wing damage, but anything's possible. Alex all over the back of Nendra. He manages to squeeze it up the inside. Nendra tries to hold the inside line coming into the hairpin.
Very impressive.
He doesn't manage it. Great move there, Alex. So can he use Nendra as a bit of a block here? It's the tyre difference. I feel like he's on quite old. So maybe those mediums have gone off. They're 25 lap old mediums for Nendra versus 24 lap old hards. Seems like Alex is coming into his own there on the hards.
Smoke back there. Is that I Love Controller locking up?
It was in the back there. I Love Controller behind Nendra. So this is good for Alex because if he's going to hold on to P5, he needs to get a bit of a gap here in the last couple of laps.
Zox looks like he's taken, what, 3 seconds out?
Oh, it's huge. It might even be 4.
Still a long way to go, though. That's still 10 seconds on the board there. Really 7 because of the 3-second penalty on Tycho, if he wants a podium place still.
Yeah.
And then Jules is another 2.5 down the road.
And I guess you got to ask the question: why didn't he pull the trigger earlier? You know, if he was already going backwards, and he thought he could get this type of time.
It's easy to wonder that from outside the car, but really, there's no time to think at Monaco, right? Like,
what do you mean? They're the fastest drivers in the world. It's easy.
The only chance you really have to look down is on the straight and then through up turn 1 up the hill.
Well, one thing we can say, provisionally, Wolfman is in first. He's 11 seconds clear of Jules. And he's on the final lap of 39 here at Monaco. And in his debut in Tier 1, after winning 4 straight races in Tier 2, I mean, you wouldn't say that he was the fastest man on the day, but he's certainly the cleanest, in the right place, and he's going to well and truly earn himself, barring a commentator's curse for the last few quarters, a debut win in Tier 1. And you have to applaud it. Of course, it's provisionally. We have no idea what happened with that incident. Who knows? It could have been caused by Wolfman. He could have lined them all up and just decided to snipe them all. I'm sure he didn't, but you never know. As he comes around the cafe, the last corner. Well done, Wolfman, as Wolfman brings home the bacon and his first win in Tier 1. Bravo, my friend, bravo. With Tycho all over the back of Jules. These guys are fighting for track position. As they come around the last corner, Tycho will have DRS. Is a little bit of a longer distance to the line, but I don't think he can manage it. And there it goes. Can Zox overcome the difference? He can't. It'll be 1.5 seconds and P4.
That is remarkably close, though.
Holy
only
crap.
1.5 off. He only needed another half a lap.
See, this is why I asked the question. Like, if you pull that trigger a little earlier, and obviously hindsight is a wonderful thing.
With those soft tires and a full wing, you can be faster at Monaco, it turns out.
Indeed. Alex comes across the line in P5. He's managed to get the gap. No, he hasn't. I Love Controller jumps him, but he'll hold P6. So well done there. And the last across the
Confirmed.
line,
7.
Ninja doing it in style in the pits. But he'll hold P10. So well done, Ninja. I know it's a bit of a shaky one. Monaco, not the easiest track in the world, but well done on your stylish finish in the pits. So that's the end of what a interesting race. What an interesting race.
Interesting race. As usual, Monaco doesn't let you hold your breath.
I can't talk anymore. My throat is gone. And with good reason.
Confirmed. At the end there, had done 38 laps on the softs, on the medium, sorry.
Wow, that's impressive.
His rear left was 78% worn.
Wow.
So that explains the drop-off in that last lap. He couldn't stay within that 8 seconds.
Yeah, but that's how you pick up those points. You know, you make a gamble. It's obviously it was an incident that got him into a wall early.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic recovery. Hey,
I'm just laughing as I look at all the penalties from every single driver in the field.
Classic.
So 3 DNFs. Technically, probably 4 because I don't think Espec ever came back, did he?
No.
So we had 11 out of 15 finish the race. So well done to everybody for managing to do that. Fastest lap of the race goes to Zox with a brilliant 1 minute 10 and 8.8. And I mean, we're kind of shattered that we missed all that drama between your front 3 or 4, but I'm sure we can hear about it in the driver interviews as they come up momentarily. Wow, what a race.
What a race. I'm tired. I'm going to have a nap.
I'm not going to have a nap. I'm going to build a new PC. But you know, it's a whole nother story. Can we get some of the guys in to do some interviews? I got to say, I love Controller picking up the driver of the day there. I think that's pretty warranted. He did pretty well. But if I'm going to pick anybody, it's going to be Wolfman, who I can't wait to chat to for that remarkable, unlikely fairy tale win in his debut. We'll get him in here in a sec. We've got Jules, though. Jules, put your hand up. Come on in. We've got... Oh, hang on. Here's Wolfman. Let's get Wolfman in. Invite to speak. We want to hear from the one, the only, the leader of the pack on his debut in Tier 1, Wolfman. It was an unlikely story when you were in P4, but you've just won 2 Monaco races in a row, my friend. Well done. I can't hear him. Oh, there he is. Good. How was it, man? Can you talk us through what happened? We didn't catch it on film. I'm sure we're going to hear about it, but you were sitting there in P3, and then all of a sudden you're in P1. What happened?
I think there was a bit of an incident between Zox and Jules. I don't know what happened there. I just saw Zox turned around, and then I don't know.
At the chicane, was it around there?
Yeah, after the tunnel.
So he might have even clipped the wall, but well done, man. Like, I mean, you deserved it in the sense that you were there to capitalize on anybody who made a mistake, and you sure did. How was it? How was the race for you?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a good battle. Very good battle.
Oh, well done. That's ridiculous to just pop into Tier 1 and just be like, yeah, I got this. So well done.
Thank you.
Let's have a chat to old mate Jules, who can just drag himself in here because he is, of course, the league owner. Jules, what happened? Did you do it? Was it your fault?
So I went to apply a bit of pressure on Zox, and then all of a sudden, I think his rear left just tapped the wall, and round he went, and I had nowhere to go. But I mean, I think I clipped Zox as well at the same time because like it all happened so quickly.
It's a scary spot, right?
It is. Like he went round instantly, and because I was so close behind him, I clipped his front wing, and that gave me completely orange front wing for the rest of the race.
And we saw Zox go into the pits and pick up a new wing and just banging in some super fast laps. He almost managed to overturn the difference between himself and Tycho in P3. But, I mean, that first stint, you guys all looked pretty close, and you were all over the back of Zox for a little while there. Was it fun?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Was it a good battle?
It was. I mean, look, I think I had just better tire saving life, I should say, over Zox and Tycho. So, like, I could see, like, through all the corner exits, like, I was just gaining on through everything, and I was slipping. I mean, I wasn't slipping, I was slipping less. So I was just able to probably maintain the tire life a bit better. And then I think it was lap 10, I made my pit stop, and I said, whatever Tycho and Zox does, I'll just do the opposite. And they stayed out, and I went in the pits, banged in a whole lap, and I ended up in P1. But
yeah, and Tycho managing to round out the podium. Well done there. You fought back. You had some bad luck, which kind of brought you out of the running, but you managed to pull that trigger early, get in some good laps, and you were starting to close the gap down quite well. So well done. Congratulations on P3.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was very much a roller coaster of a race. I think there are a few drivers who I owe an apology who I was involved in an incident with, but yeah, I don't know. I had an orange front wing at the end of the race and 4/10 away from Jules. It was very close, but yeah, nevertheless, P3 can't complain.
I think there's only maybe 2 people that finished the race on fresh wings, and one of them boxed 5 laps before the end, and the other one boxed on the last lap. I don't think anyone else managed to hold on to their end plates for most of the race, so it was quite spicy.
Yeah.
And you know, it's usually top 3, but let's get him in here. Top 4. They put on a show. Jules, Wolfman, Tycho, and Zox. If he wants to come in, I would love to hear from Zox on how close it was towards the end. He was reeling you in, Tycho. He didn't have any penalties. He didn't have anything. He was just like, you know what, I could pick up the podium here, but you managed to hold on.
Yeah, he really did a good job in putting me under pressure, because I touched the wall 3 times in the final in the final 3 laps, and I had an orange front wing, so I was very worried. Like, Oliver was race directing for me, like, after he DNF'd, and yeah, he really did a good job in keeping me calm. But I was yeah, I felt the pressure.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that, even though he didn't manage to take the spot. But that's our top 3. That's our race. Monaco, what an event it was. Tier 2, I think we're going to be looking at incidents from that for like the next 3 weeks. I don't know if we'll manage to get it all done by the next race next week. But the Tier 1, a lot less big incidents, but I mean, there was still plenty of them.
There's no way to avoid it.
There's just nothing to do. So well done, Wolfman. Congratulations. What a start. Congrats to all of our podium finishers. Congratulations to everybody, the 11 people who managed to finish the race. 4 DNFs, but everyone else picking up points. So well done. Next week, let me pull up the calendar. We will be looking at Austria. Is anybody excited for Austria? Does anybody find Austria to be their #1 track?
Yes, I love Austria.
I think it's going to be interesting because, especially in Tier 1, everyone's time trial laps and overall laps are like within milliseconds apart of each other. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, it's a very different track to Monaco. We almost go from the tight and compact street circuit of Monaco to a free-flowing, open, almost cut if you dare Austria. So it'll be a very nice difference, but a very quick track, and I think a lot of the drivers look forward to it. I think it's a bit of a driver's favorite for some reason.
It's great fun. It's great fun to drive Austria.
Is it?
It just feels good.
Well, if you tell me that, I'll just keep telling everybody else. But that's it. That's it from us. Well done, everybody. Again, we'll be back here this time, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, the 23rd of May, which is my partner's birthday, so don't tell her. But for everybody else, look forward to seeing you there. And we'll be in for another great race. So well done, everybody, again. Goodbye.
Congratulations in advance.